Good morning, good morning. Today we're going to launch two new bots, the Market Maker version 2. But first, we're going to jump into the data since yesterday. Most likely, I'm only going to keep one of the bots that we kept running from yesterday going. I will turn off the rest. Let's jump into today's data to see what has led me to make this decision. All right, so let's have a look at the data. So we've done $126,000 in volume since yesterday at a P&L of roughly $12, which is not the worst. It's not the best. It's yeah, we can say. So let's jump in to the data to see what has happened. And it's quite interesting. So yesterday we saw that, or what we've seen over the last week nearly, is that the 2 bips market maker bot on BTC, it's an absolute beast when it comes to volume. It's doing incredible volume at around sometimes a bit below $100, sometimes slightly over, but it's consistently performing very, very well when it comes to the volume. If we look at the 24-hour trend, we can see that we actually have the 11 bips in green, which is always nice to see. But the volume is very, very low, right? So it's doing $3,800 in volume, and an extrapolated cost per million, it would actually generate $42 per million. But if we look at the roughly 10, 11 hours trend, right? So this is since midnight. We can see that both of the 10 and the 11 are actually in the red, and the 11 is actually the most expensive one. So this makes me believe that they're essentially cannibalizing each other a little bit. I'm running too many bots on BTC because you can also see that a little bit on the 2 bips volume. So what I want to do is I'm going to turn off all of the bots except the 2 bips one and keep the 2 bips running. So let's do that straight away. Let's jump back into our Mithril bot builder. There we go. And we can see that I turned off the 10 yesterday because I saw that that was already in the red since yesterday, and then we're going to turn off the 11 bips one as well. And then we're going to do something quite fun and interesting. We are going to set up a new market maker V2 bot that tries to optimize for a positive P&L on Ethereum. So I want to show you guys how simple this is. I'm going to press create a new bot. We're going to do the market maker V2. Press next. We're going to name it MMV2 on ETH, and we want to have it on Ethereum, and then we're going to press next, and I'm literally going to use the preset configs. So here I have the 2 options. I have the volume farming, or I have the P&L focus. You can see that the P&L focus has slightly wider spread. And I think this is quite perfect for Ethereum, at least in this market regime when it's quite volatile. I do know that the 6 bips one was actually producing a positive P&L for Toma, at least in the last 24 hours. But so I want to try the 15-bit one that is P&L focus. We're going to create the bot, and we can see it up here. We have it set up. We're going to turn on execution logs, and we're going to launch the bot. And there we go. Now it's live. That's how simple it is to launch a bot on Mithril. What I also want to highlight just quickly is that we're still calibrating these, the volume and the P&L that is shown on the bot. So there is currently a slight discrepancy. There's also a difference in how we measure it. So our 24-hour volume starts and ends at it starts at midnight, and then it runs for 24 hours. Whereas on Paradox, when you look at 24 hours, if you look at 10 o'clock, it will literally take a rolling 24 hours. So it will look at from 10 to 10 rather than from midnight to midnight. So there is a slight difference. So you might see that there is a bit of different data when you look at the bot card compared to when you look at the Paradox or extended exchanges. But So one of the reasons of that is that we're looking at different time intervals. The other one is that ours is slightly off, and we're going to dive into it today and try and figure out why there is a bit of a discrepancy. But that's how it is with new features. Sometimes you need to calibrate them a little bit extra. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. The 2-bit market maker I'm so happy with is producing incredible volume. And now we've just launched the MMV2 to see if we can get a little bit of a positive P&L on ETH. Tune in again tomorrow to find out how this went. Until then, all the best.